appears it's a different stream. Let me
Okay.
go to our channel to see what's up. We are live. Yep. We are live on a stream called "How Much Can Be Made of Drew Lock's Worth with Peyton Manning," which is not what we're talking about.
So we'll have to remake a shell and then go back.
We are live right now.
All right, I'm just gonna send it in the old chat though, just make sure we give it a little bit of dead air here. You good, Kel? Are we live? Can we get going again?
We are live again, and we have a correct title.
There you go. All right, moving along here. You were talking about the Atlanta Hawks here, and we were talking about their courage and just how they've assembled this team. But you were going to make a point about their front office.
Well, Atlanta was a pretty damn good basketball team about 5 years ago. And it looked like they were totally, completely falling apart. They draft Trae Young, which a lot of people going, what the hell are they doing?
It's true. Yep, myself included.
And I've never been a fan of Trae Young. And I want you to know I'm starting to be a fan
Me
of Trae
too.
Young.
I apologize. I was wrong about this one. I love the dude.
But the pieces they've assembled are smart decisions. They have some veteran guys. They've kind of taken, I think, the blueprint of the Golden State Warriors of Steph Curry, and they're saying Trae Young's our Steph Curry, and we're going to put balanced 6'8", maybe shooting guys, athletic defenders that can play a little defense, and they go out and get a low maintenance center.
Yeah.
And Capella, who
really good of that type of center. He's very good, man.
No, he's a top 5 center if you're going to play the way they're playing.
Right.
And they're young as hell, and their window of being good is pretty damn good unless their salary structure gets all goofy. And even though they don't play with that, maybe the physical defensive mentality that I would maybe want them to play at, but they have some really good young players that if they can keep in Atlanta for about 3 or 4 more years, they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah. I like them. Like I said, they're my side piece team. But my other side piece team out west, my second favorite non-Nuggets team to watch this year was the Phoenix Suns. That's unfortunate because that's who Denver has matched up with here. And the reason I like them, and it's funny, Jokic has been heaping praise on them too. You get the sense that there's a lot of guys on that roster. Maybe he would enjoy playing with a Mikal Bridges, very smart player that's unselfish and stays in his lane and does the things that I think, in my opinion, the right way. Obviously, Chris Paul, a fantastic point guard. They've got no shortage of those guys. One thing, the first question I want to ask you, though, I have this theory. It's not that I believe it. I wanted to ask you about this. Denver just played Portland, 2 dynamic guards, could both shoot, the 3. And now they're going over to Portland. Now it's a different team. We're going to talk about those differences, but it's somewhat similar. Phoenix just played the Lakers, and now they're going to Denver, who I think there's nothing in common between those two teams. They're quite different. Do you think there's any advantage to Denver maybe, sharpening the weapons a little bit coming in, going with Portland now going against the Phoenix team? Is there anything that translates and maybe gives them an edge versus Phoenix who doesn't have that familiarity?
I wouldn't. As a coach, I never thought that way. I just said, hey, we win the first round. Let's celebrate for one day, and then let's clean up the boards and start from scratch. And don't try to compare notes, because the emotions of the playoff series and the outcome of it comes in way, way different packages, so many different ways. The one thing that I think that is a negative input, but I think I got to say it early and we got to realize it. Portland is a bad defensive team.
One of the worst.
And Phoenix is one of the best. And Chris Paul and I think Jokic in a lot of ways is the best right now in making other guys better and making their team expand their ability to be good. But Chris Paul's on that list. I don't know if he's second or third or where LeBron is. But Chris Paul, he goes wherever he goes, he wins. but he hasn't won big. And unfortunately, I get nervous about this might be the year that the karma of what he's doing with Monte Williams and being reunited with a coach that he played well for in New Orleans. They go to Phoenix, a team that did nothing for, 8, 9 years?
Right.
And then they blew up in the bubble last year. And everybody says, that'll go away. Well, guess what? Chris Paul has gone down there. It's not gone away. And I think this is going to be a very even series. And Chris Paul and his mentality of how he plays the game is going to be very important for Portland. I mean, for the Phoenix Suns. Stats probably won't have a big factor in it. But, I think we all